to build a new world order.
A new world order. A new world order can emerge.
A new world order and a new kind of civilization.
Of a new world order. But what does the new world order mean for countries like ours?
After 1989, President Bush said, and it was a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order. A new world order.
Very few times has Clinton actually mentioned the term New World Order, but you know what he did the day after the inauguration on the front page of the Los Angeles Times, January 21? He said, "I, like George Bush and many of our predecessors, am dedicated to the Novus Ordo Seclorum." And there was a hyphen to space the explanation afterwards, which they simply said was the beginning of the New Age. Of course, we know, having been educated in what Novus Ordo Seclorum truly is, and as we explained previously, it means New World Order. So even though President Clinton is not advocating as clearly as George Bush this coming New World Order, he's dedicated to it as well by being members of all the other cults that George Bush was a member of.
Many different official Trilateral Commission publications have repeatedly advocated the destruction of the American standard of living in order to create a new world order. For instance, Trilateral Paper number 14, entitled Towards a Renovated International System, stated, quote, "Disparities in conditions between political entities can create obstacles for attempts to achieve a more effective world order. In particular, the wide disparity between the rich and the poor countries continues to be a serious impediment to the organization of relationships of interdependence which minimize welfare for all, or maximize welfare for all," unquote. One method the Trilateral bankers have used to achieve interdependence and to destroy the high American standard of living has been to deliberately flood the United States with millions of aliens. And I want you to know it's no mere coincidence that the drastic increase in alien immigration began during the administration of David Rockefeller's hand-picked president, Jimmy Carter. Because President Reagan has packed his own administration with trilateralists, and he's personally sold out America to the trilateral interest on most issues, and it's no surprise that he backs the same trilateral alien amnesty plan. In his book, Between Two Ages, the founding director of the Trilateral Commission, Zbigniew Brzezinski, he predicted that 1989 would be the year for the final and complete destruction of the United States Constitution. He called for a National Constitutional Convention to re-examine the nation's formal institutional framework. 1989, the 200th anniversary of the Constitution, would serve as a suitable target date for culminating a national dialogue on the relevance of existing arrangements for workings of a representative process.
I have observed that members of these defamers take advantage to the utmost of every liberty and freedom created and protected by the Constitution in order to destroy it and its guarantees. So to make easy the setting up of a tyranny that would deprive the common man of his freedom and right. So permitting these defamers to set up a government that would give place, power, and privilege to them in a despotism to be imposed upon the mass of mankind. We have witnessed this very despotism. There would be a Kremlin in every country of the globe, all under the super Kremlin in Moscow. One class of these defamers are the same persons who declare the Ten Commandments, the basic law of the civilized world, to be outmoded, although these commandments still speak with their divine power and authority against the same existing evils today, each one of them, not one missing, even as they existed in the days of Moses. Commandments that proclaim righteous principles that are as valid and applicable today as when on Mount Sinai they were written on slabs of stone by the finger of God. The same people declare the Sermon on the Mount to be outmoded, irresponsive to the needs of the people of today. The divine truths of the sermon, its surpassing loveliness, indeed the sublimity of its ethical teachings, do not, say they, harmonize with their modern life, where we see greed, ambition, selfishness, dishonesty, deceit, falsehood, and licentiousness thrive, and on which they live and ride.
That was J. Reuben Clark, 1957. Now this is Ezra Taft Benson, BYU Devotional, Vietnam Victory or Surrender.
Are you true to the moral standards, traditions, and ideals that made America great? America has become great because America has been good. Physically, morally, spiritually. Are you helping to keep the homes of America sound? Will you join in the fight to restore decency in America? Will you join with your friends in study groups to learn of the godless communist conspiracy and what you can do to defeat this insidious enemy of all that is good and noble, all that we hold dear? Will you join in the crusade to battle the breaking down of modesty, of cleanliness, of good manners, of good taste, of moderation in appetites, of restraint in behavior, of morality and tradition? Will you vigorously oppose the degradation we find manifest almost on every side, in filthy language, in squalid dress, in lewd behavior, in sexual looseness? Will you be a true patriot, a patriotic and loyal American? I believe you will. You must, if we are to save and perpetuate all that we hold dear as a great Christian nation. You must not fail. Are you willing and ready to help? Will you write letters and send petitions to members of appropriate committees in Congress? Will you seek a conference with your congressman, with your senator? Will you reflect your views to the Secretary of Defense and others in the Pentagon? Will you write letters to the editor frequently? You must soon shoulder heavy responsibilities which past mistakes have imposed. Are you ready and willing? The prophet Joseph Smith is reported to have said something very important regarding the duty of the elders of Israel in a time of national crisis, when the Constitution of the United States would hang, as it were, by a thread. I have heard our present prophet leader say we are very near to that time.
It was in Havana in January 1966, to put all of this into perspective for you, at the first Tricontinental Conference of Third World Solidarity, that the Soviet bloc agreed on a two-track approach for destabilizing Western democracies. On a government-to-government level, it was to become peaceful coexistence, the smokescreen behind which the Soviets were to achieve global military superiority by 1985. On another level, they agreed in that Havana 66 compact to train and fund and organize international terrorist groups through a variety of proxies. I have seen a very lengthy French intelligence report on this subject, dated May 11, 1978, on how that global conspiracy has unfolded ever since.
Arnold Dave Musgrave, disinformation in the media.
And now the Gorbachev speech sounded like it came right out of that material.
That was an operations manual.
It sounded like it came right smack out of the classic New Age materials. We could have unity and diversity. We need a new world order. The new world order that the New Agers have in mind is a 10 bioregion federation.
Mm-hmm.
And that could, of which Europe would be one of the 10 bioregions. I noticed the United States and Canada are entering into a free trade agreement too.